Man, tell you what, 50 miles is a long way on a mountain bike. It just is a long way.
What time is it?
4 o'clock in the morning.
What's your husband about to do?
Prescott Circle Trail.
And why aren't you coming with him?
Because this is scary. Yeah. It's an aggressive trail.
It's a mixture between blue and green.
Yeah,
And you've done parts of it.
I know.
And you're still here to talk about it.
No. Maybe it's because of the bears.
It's not too late to change your mind. You can go with me.
No. I'm really scared about bears.
We're taking bear spray.
No. I cannot leave the dogs alone all day, Steve.
That's what you're going with?
Yeah.
Alright. Bucket list. Prescott Circle Trail. 50-ish miles. 6,000 foot of vertical. Average time, according to Google, is 22 hours. Fastest time, I don't know, I think it's under 4 hours now. If I can do it in 8, I'll be thrilled. If I can do it, I'll be happy. If I can do it in 8, I'll be thrilled. Alrighty, this is it. I've started the Prescott Circle Trail. Only 53 miles to go. Wish me luck. So super fun little section to start it off with. You need fresh legs to really enjoy this, so I'm glad this is my first downhill. Already ran into a herd of deer. A little spooky when you're out alone. All you see initially is an animal. Then of course you see the deer and you think you're silly for being concerned, but initially it does startle you. There we go, a really nice view of Watson Lake in the distance. Be there in just a little bit. So this is Willow Lake, a sister to Watson Lake. It too is very beautiful. So I've been riding for almost an hour. So far everything's hunky-dory, except for my initial GoPro problem. I'm making a little bit of time right now. This is really cross-country riding. A little technical back there by Watson Lake coming out of it, but other than that, as you can see, the trail's nice and smooth. Already saw 2 hikers slash runners out this morning, so expect to see a lot more people on the trail really soon. I'm a little bit concerned already. My pace is definitely not indicative of an 8-hour ride. I may already have to start setting different expectations. I'm not going 10 miles an hour on the flats. Now granted, I had to stop because I've got a GoPro curse and my battery died after like 2 minutes. But still, I should be flying in this section and I'm just not. So we'll see what that means when I get to the hills. Maybe it's going to be a really long day. I'm happy with my ride choice, my start choice. A lot of people start at a different spot and this would be much later in the ride, but I already had to get rid of my my t-shirt underneath because it's pretty warm and I'm already starting to sweat. So I imagine later on today it's going to be really hot. And I'd rather be up in the mountains then than down here in the valley. And also, hopefully by then I'll use some of the water and my pack will be a bit lighter as I'm climbing. So we shall see. Anyway, beautiful little area here. If you're ever in the Prescott area, this is a trail near Watson Lake. It's a really simple trail. So if you had a kind of like an off day, whoops, or you wanted to take some of your riders that weren't as strong and just cruise and see the beauty, this is definitely the place for it. You can also rent canoes here, and there's picnic tables and hiking trails just all kinds of really fun things to do. So if you are in the Prescott area riding, which you should be, because it is a really, really unknown, super fabulous riding area. In many ways, I prefer it to Sedona. Sedona's got some unique aspects of it, the rocks and such, but just in terms of just pure quality of riding, we have our own on-staff trail maintenance here. Somebody that's full-time to build and maintain trails, and well over 400 miles of it, and most of them are pristine. So I recommend you get out this way, do this Prescott Circle Trail, check that off your bucket list, do an easy day here, hiking and sightseeing at Watson Lake, and don't forget to hit Whiskey Row. Anyway, I'm out. So up ahead of us is Granite Mountain. I've never ridden that before, but I've seen some pretty good reviews on it. I think we touched part of it on this trail, so I'm pretty anxious to give it a go. So let me try to give you some perspective on how unique this trail is. I'm almost at a halfway point, and except for just me not wanting to kill myself, I could have ridden the whole thing. There's some challenges, but nothing too technical. And there's not been a tree across the road, obstacle, nothing keep me from riding it. And I've ridden most of the loop in different ways, and the whole thing is like that. And look at it. I mean, just a huge variety of scenery and riding styles, from cross-country easy to technical to fun flowy downhill, in the trees, in the plains. And this is a loop around Prescott. There's probably easy half a dozen spots or more that if I just had enough, I could bail out. So we talk about, or even just ride into town, have a burger, and ride back out. So let's say you wanted to try your first bike packing. You could do 25 miles, ride in, stay at a hotel, go the next day and finish it off, and said you did bike packing. Or stay in a tent, you know, whatever. But the point is no matter where you are, you're never really far from help if you get into trouble. So I don't know, I've ridden a lot, most good destinations west of the Mississippi except Tahoe, and even lived in Oregon for 14 years, and there are some good trails all over it. I don't want to say it's the best trail I've ever ridden, but gosh, it's got to be top 5. I mean, it ranks up there with the likes of McKenzie and some of the Moab trails and such. I mean, not mile for mile, you know what I mean. Gooseberry Mesa, Porcupine Rim, they're very unique trails, but for 50 miles of continuous, pristine single track near the city, yeah, there's just not a lot like it anywhere I've been in the US. This section of video is for my wife. She doesn't believe me when I invite her to easy trails, so I want to take this video to prove to her that there's a nice and easy trail in this section we can come back and do. So Alicia, look, no rocks, pretty. Come with me on the tandem next time. Yay! I'm just under 35 miles, 34.45. The last hour and a half have been pretty much solid climbing. An occasional short break, but not very much. It's warming up. So needless to say, I'm starting to feel the effects of the ride, but I'm still okay. A little bit worried about water. There is a campground, I don't know, probably another 5 miles up, I'm guessing, or so. 5 or 6. I'm gonna see if I can't get water there. Suffering from the GoPro curse. It seemed like I can't do a mountain bike ride and have my GoPro work. I feel like throwing it in the river, but that's another story. Let's see what else. It's continues to be a beautiful ride. All the scenery's great. I'm up riding in the woods and up in the mountains, so it's gotten a little cooler. I'm really glad I'm not down in the valley. A lot of riders on the trail, a lot of hikers on the trail, so I feel pretty safe.
all in all, it's exactly what I expected to be. I'm about the level of fatigue that I expected to be. And I won't say it won't cost me, but I think I should be able to finish it. Still going for the goal of 8 hours, stretch goal of 7 hours. We'll see. So I'm not sure what my current altitude is, but I'm up here. I've been climbing for a while, and it's I got some pretty fantastic views. So here you can catch a glimpse at one of the two Goldwater lakes. They're separated by a dam. I guess they're kind of ish the same water, but anyway, they rent kayaks here, and I don't think they let motorboats, so it's pretty safe. You can see it's really serene. Really a beautiful lake. I'll show you the top side of it when I'm riding back on Ranch Trail. But it's a super popular place. Nice and cool. You get a lot of people from Phoenix here because 110 degrees there right now, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe 80. But so you can see this is what I've been riding in most of the afternoon. It is getting a little warm here. I mean, but it's really, I mean, it's definitely tolerable as compared to some other places you might be riding at noontime in Arizona. I've got 14 miles to go, but I am starting to get a little bit tired. I haven't taken a rest yet. I think when I get to the entrance of Ranch Trail, I might actually sit down for a second and get a little rest in before the final climb. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the scenery as much as I am. So I'm at the Ranch Trail trailhead on the Goldwater Lakeside. It's the last significant climb of the day. Got about 12 miles to go. Probably 7 of it are climbing, and then I go down a mostly downhill section for almost 5 miles, and I try to climb up a little bit just to get to the car. That last little climb is going to feel pretty awful. So I'm starting to feel the effects of the ride a bit, getting tired, but that's to be expected. I mean, I probably have climbed well over 5,000 feet in these 40 miles, so it's okay to be tired. I normally think that soda pop is poison, but there are some rare occasions in which it is the perfect tool for the job, and this is one of them. Pure sugar and caffeine, and I've been waiting for this all day. Topside view of Goldwater Lakes for your viewing pleasure. And by the way, I'm feeling it. I'm kind of getting ready to be done. 12 more miles, at least 5 of it downhill. Oh. All right, I'm calling an audible. I have been on the bike for 7 hours and 36 minutes. I'm at 49.6 miles. My hands have blisters, my feet have blisters, my butt have blisters. I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's hot, and I'm cranky. To the right is Ranch Trail. It's fun and flowy. To the left is Boy Scout Trail. It's exposed and rocky and kind of up and down, and it finishes with a climb and then a gravel ride back to the truck. Fun and flowy? Not fun and flowy. Fun and flowy? Not fun and flowy. Fun and flowy? Fun and flowy. Yes, fun and flowy. See you. I am almost done. I do believe, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. And for those that might tease me for taking the easy way down, I think the Prescott Circle Trail is 53 miles right at, and I am right 53, hard to see, but 53.3 miles, so pretty dang close. I got lost a few times, so you add that in. I did the mileage, I did the climbing. I am satisfied. Whew. Now I am ready for barbecue, a beer, and a good long nap. Oh, as you can tell, I am back in the pickup with the air conditioner on, waiting for my lovely wife to get us some Gatorade from Walmart. So I thought I'd give a quick recap and talk about the lessons I've learned. It is late June. It might be a little bit late in the year to ride it unless you get up really early and maybe ride a bit in the dark. It did get a little bit hot for me. There were some streams still, so if I were to do it again today, I would probably not take a Camelback. I would take 3 water bottles and start at the Williamson, I think it is, after Willow Lake, because 3 water bottles would get you to White Spur Campground, where you can fill up again, and those 3 water bottles would get you to Watson Lake, where you can fill up and finish the ride. So that would lighten your load. The Camelback got kind of heavy. Good gloves with thick padding. My hands really hurt near the end. New shoes was a mistake. I'm kind of getting blisters on my shoes. But otherwise, the standard: keep hydrated, eat often, pace yourself, and you'll be just fine. The Prescott Circle Trail is an absolute must-do for anybody that's serious about biking. It's long enough to be epic, but it's short enough to be doable. It's challenging. It's filled with various terrain types. The whole entire thing is rideable, and it's just absolutely gorgeous.